Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with a good one by James O'Keefe. I mentioned about Best Buy on one of my last videos of how they're changing their hiring uh, requirements, which I think is totally disgusting. But again, another company that has gone woke, and here he is to expose it. Um, and I really, I'm not understanding why these companies are doing this. You know, the people that they hire, I tend to believe that they know who they're hiring. I mean, obviously, a lot of this shit's coming from the top, and they keep talking. The left keeps talking about systemic racism, but let's just put it this way: I was going to go to Best Buy to get some equipment so I can keep building up, my channel, cameras and all that. But you know what? Best Buy lost my vote, so they can kiss my ass. That's just the way it is. Go woke, go broke. But here we go.
I'm James O'Keefe with OMG standing outside Best Buy this week on August 8th. O'Keefe Media Group OMG released a story featuring a whistleblower from inside Best Buy that released screenshots of a training program, a management training program with McKinsey and Company, where it explicitly excludes white applicants. The program's racial requirements have led to accusations of racial discrimination. A firestorm online. The CEO of Best Buy, Corey Berry, has now made her Twitter account private.
Okay, you see that? They get busted, and right away they just can't face. They can't face the music. Another reason why I'm bringing this video up. I have one more after this. It's in relation to the Tom McDonald song that he just put out, "Your America." It touches on the division, and he explains it in the song how the left is always trying to divide, always trying to make people see color, and that's a leftist ideology. But I'm pretty sure more and more people are realizing this right now. And if anybody out there's listening, by the time this video is done, I suggest it gets Best Buy gets boycotted again. Not the workers, because I've been to Best Buy. I've dealt with black, white, Spanish workers, Asian, whatever. They're geeks. They love it. I think nerds are cool. I consider myself to be somewhat of a nerd, but it's like, it shouldn't be like this, especially when technology is for everybody to share. But in my opinion, Best Buy should be boycotted. But let's continue.
Now, a second whistleblower has come forward exclusively to OMG with audio recordings of his manager, Mike Hirsch, at a Best Buy in Jacksonville, Florida, stating that LGBTQ flags were appropriate in the Geek Squad office, but Christian crosses were not. This has led to further allegations of religious discrimination.
If we're doing all that gay pride flags and all that transgender stuff, why don't we have Christian stuff all over?
They're not the same.
How's that not the same?
You can 1,000% choose religion.
So,
it's not a belief.
listen,
though. That's a cultural.
Yeah, but me as a culture.
What a pompous prick for him to say that's not a belief system. Really? So believing in God, that's not a belief system? It explains itself. Believing in God. Insane.
Having beliefs that I have, so why can't I put my stuff all over the wall?
You are choosing to believe in Christianity or Muslim or
Okay.
whatever. You choose that.
Someone is choosing to be gay or lesbian. Hey, they're choosing that.
Enes Sujak, a Serbian
Well said.
immigrant and Best Buy employee in Jacksonville, Florida, recorded the conversation with his manager.
I'm glad he said that, because I am so sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, people are not made gay; they're born gay." Really? So that right there is a contradiction within itself from the transgender community, because they're out there sending people to indoctrinate kids in school when these kids have no idea of this ideology, and you're putting it into their heads as early as kindergarten. It's already been proven. It's already been said. There's whistleblowers coming out of California saying that's what the school system's doing. So it's not that people are born gay. Nobody, and the same thing, nobody's born religious. You are taught and brought into that. Okay, so for that man to come out and say, no, you choose to be religious, well, you choose to be gay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But that's the split-tongued snake talk that the left has. People on the left that believe, that ideology. Only Satan talks like that. That is his way of dividing and conquering. And these people are giving in to his wickedness and evil. But let's continue.
Manager Mike Hirsch. I spoke with Ennis about a situation. He's decided to go public. Very brave, very courageous individual. Here's some of that interaction.
That is our manager. His name is Mike Hirsch. He and I had a very long conversation. It was like an hour and 30 minutes of he and I just going back and forth with him, telling me that it was work appropriate to have all this LGBTQ stuff that's going on in the office and everywhere else, but it's not okay for me to.
I mean, like seriously, like does it have to be that fucking bold and brazen about it? I mean, where's the American flag? You know, where's there, the emblem of a cross, on the walls? No, it's always that one divide. And then for them to put on this flag, love is love. I don't fucking think so. That is their excuse to say love is love. Just like these pedophiles that are like called minor attracted people. Love is love. Really? You love sleeping with little kids? Is that what you call love? No, it's fucking perversion. Now, I'm not saying that the whole gay community is like that. But it's the ones like this that are so radicalized that they push this ideology on everybody and make it seem like, you know what? No, nothing else matters in the workplace but our gay pride belief. Everything else is a choice that you make. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's a form of indoctrination, and they talk so much about people on the left being fascists and Nazis. This is what the fascists and Nazis did in Nazi Germany. Propaganda, pushing it in people's faces, telling people that your beliefs don't matter, it's what we believe. So who's the real fascist now? Especially, like I said, when it doesn't benefit all of society. This is a group that does not speak for all of society. But that's what they want. They want a gay world. Not everybody in the gay community, but it's the radicals. All it takes is a small group that to fuck it up for the rest of the group. Because there's a lot of gay people that stand against this. But that's for another video that we can get into. Let's continue.
Be a Christian myself and have a Bible right over there that's right there at the office, or have a cross or a Quran or anything like that. That's not work appropriate, but having that LGBTQ pride flag everywhere else, that is work appropriate, and I wasn't standing for that.
Are you calling the police?
I am actually.
You're calling the police. Taking issue with the materials he saw on the walls, the LGBTQ materials in the morning meetings, he objected to it and walked out as they required his attendance at these morning meetings.
Her name is Athena. She's also the well-being person at Best Buy as well, and she took offense to how I handled the whole situation of just kind of walking out as she was trying to teach us about the LGBTQ history. So she ended up putting more pride flags because of me walking out. Like,
you see, now that right there, that's just horrible. I'm not understanding this, and it's one of those things that why would you talk so much about love and acceptance, but yet you're pushing it on people, and when they get upset, you go and you retaliate more, and all you're doing is exposing more of your ideology that's pushing more and more people away. And it's sad because, like I said, there's a lot of people in the gay community that are not for this. They know they're gay. To them, it's like, okay, I'm gay, big fucking deal. Let's go to work. A lot of them don't want their sexual orientation, their sexual lives put out in public. They're just as happy as keeping it quiet, just like a straight person. Just because a person's straight doesn't mean they're out there in the street bragging about it. What we all do behind closed doors is what we do as individuals, as adults. But you have people like this woman just pushing it, and it's horrible.
And you walked out of there. How did that go? Athena was teaching about the history, and you just walked out. Did you say anything?
No, not at all. I didn't say anything. I kept it very respectful. That's how I do things in life. I keep it very nice and professional. Me and my partner, we ended up walking out. We went to our truck and we took care of our clients. And apparently she took offense to me not just sitting there and listening to all that garbage.
Now, Enes Sujak works for Geek Squad, which is owned by Best Buy, and it's within the Geek Squad office where Enes witnessed LGBTQ paraphernalia, Pride materials. Mike Hirsch, head of warehouse manager of Geek Squad, had a conversation with Enes Sujak, and, well, Sujak decided to take out his phone and record the conversation.
Why would anybody choose to be belittled, tortured, made
In America?
Yes,
In
even
America.
In America.
Where you have so much freedoms and rights around you. They get special privileges. They get a whole month to themselves, bro.
There are people like you and even worse than you that are so anti that.
I'm not anti. I just don't care about how you live your life. Don't preach that to me. That's all I am.
Mike Hirsch, we cannot get in touch with him. He has some type of Google system that prevents us from getting his comment, but we've reached out multiple times for Mike Hirsch. We'll also be reaching out to the CEO.
And again, there you go. They put the filth out, and then when you want to reach out to them, they can't even explain themselves because they know they're wrong. And that's what people in the wrong do. It doesn't matter in what situation. It could be a gossip. It could be whatever it is. You go and confront them, and right away they want to hide. And that's what a lot of these radical leftists do. They push out the agenda. Then when you go to confront them, they hide because they know they're fucking wrong. They just put Best Buy on the spot. And now Best Buy is going to have to try to figure this one out because you know they're going to lose customers. And if you go into a Best Buy, you see, it's diverse, the customers and stuff like that. But they're going to find out, very soon how their sales are going to plummet. And sometimes I think it's all by design. There's rumors going out there that there's one big group or two big groups that are making these companies do this so like that they can lose so much in sales, they'll go and pay them way extra than what the stocks are worth. It's all like a real estate collapse power grab in a way. If I'm explaining it right, it's a sick, twisted game that they're playing. But let's continue with this. We'll see what's going on.
And the other managers within Best Buy. I'm James O'Keefe with OMG News, and we'll continue to follow this important story. We've had a number of whistleblowers reach out to us in the last 24 hours as a result of this initial screenshot from within Best Buy, not just Best Buy, other organizations and corporations requiring their employees to participate in various political programs that seem outside the scope of their corporate charter. Stay tuned. And Enes, a very brave and courageous individual, very inspiring. We'll be airing the raw portion of my interview with him tomorrow. Stay tuned. Yes, sir.
And I am so glad for James O'Keefe. When they got rid of him from Project Veritas, they thought that they were going to silence him. Little did they know that he was the heart and soul of Project Veritas. And hats off to him and his crew. But let's see what else he has to say.
I'm sorry. Who are you with?
My name is James O'Keefe. I'm with OMG.
No, record me. You guys don't have permission to be on property. Can you please leave?
Why is that?
Sorry, brother. It's public property.
Can you please leave the property?
This is a parking lot for a mall in New York State.
Look at that. Yeah, get on the phone.
What's your name?
And start pushing people around.
What is your name?
It's pathetic the way they do things. They're so damn brazen. They think that they have it that way. And I'll tell you what. This goes back, and I'll say it once. I've said it many times. I'll say it again. This goes back to the Obama regime. The way he was emboldening people on the left to think that we're judge, jury, and executioner, and what we want to say and do, and you people have to eat it, the peasants. And you know what? No, go kick fucking rocks. But here it is, and this is in New York, out of all places, which I'm very surprised. My hometown. Actually, at this point in time, I'm not surprised with all the shit that's been going on in New York. But I'm glad they're exposing it. I really, really am.
Are you aware that the CEO of Best Buy has made her account private? Are you aware that the CEO of Best Buy has made her account private after accusations of racial discrimination have come out?
And she's the CEO. I like to know how the investors. Because if I own stock in Best Buy right now, I'd be selling my stock, saying, you know what, fuck you. Okay. I'm selling my stock. You guys can fuck. I'll stick it somewhere else. And pay attention. Today's Friday. Do not be surprised by Monday when that stock market opens up that Best Buy will be down a few points and going down fast. Pay attention.
Would you like me to read you the screenshots? Are you calling the police?
I am actually.
You're calling,
Good, call the
calling
police.
Why are you doing that? Have you ever called the police?
Because he's a chump, that's why.
Before?
O'Keefe Media Group.
That's right. James O'Keefe is my name. Have you heard of my name before? What's your name? What's your name?
Yeah, just like the leftists, walk away.
Call police because I'm asking questions.
Just walk away.
This is Carrie Cunningham, managing director, who called the police on me for doing a stand-up outside the Best Buy here in the New York Mall parking lot. This is unfortunately a sad state of affairs for our country. You can't ask questions. You can't even tell stories without people calling the police, which is deeply ironic since they don't like the police.
Exactly. There you go. Good for you. It's the truth.
Police, every single time that I do an investigative report, they call the police.
Right.
I just want you to remember that. They called the police 2 days ago in Livingston, New Jersey, when I went to a public school board meeting.
Yeah, I did a video on that too.
Palisades, New York. They're calling the cops on journalists. But notice too that he didn't tell me his name, but I kept talking to him, and then he gave me his business card. That's an important lesson. You have to be relentless to get the information. The public has a right to know it.
There you go. And it's the truth, you know, and that's what the left does. And they're emboldened to do it. Mayorkas and the rest of them with the Department of Justice, I mean, they're going after parents for speaking out. They're emboldening, these leftist, ideological, shills to do their bidding. And it's a police state. It's exactly what the Nazis did. It's exactly what fascists do around the world. All these people that want to oppress. And if you notice it, it's almost it's almost like every leftist organization in every country around the world is doing this, trying to shut up people that are against them. I mean, it's on the news. Look at what happened in Ecuador. They assassinated one of the presidential candidates, who was going to shut down, the drug trade and put an end to the corruption in government. And 2 weeks away from the election, he gets assassinated. I mean, it's this evil cabal. And it's not just coming, it's coming from way up. Whoever is running the show in the world, they're the ones pissing on their followers saying, go do this for me. And they follow along. They drink that piss, the Kool-Aid, for lack of a better term, and then they go and they try to spit it out into the masses. And people don't like it. And hats off to James O'Keefe. You can catch him on his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Again, this is True Outlaw Patriot. Hope you like what you see. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, pass the word. And as always, stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Peace.